or many other theses that you can, if you want, if you can find online. Okay, many of the theses, I think they don't really stick to this rule, 300, 400 words limit. Okay, so usually they can go up to 500, 600, 700 words. So I'm not saying that it is wrong or it is not, but you know, if you go through some of the guidelines, the tips how to write a good problem statement, it shouldn't be written too long. Okay, but it depends on the supervisor, the lecturer. Okay, so maybe some supervisors or lecturers require a much longer discussion. Okay, but at least for your undergraduate level, okay, the length of your problem statement shouldn't be too long lah. And even if you were to do your own project paper next year, I mean in your semester 7, okay, so you should stick to the similar length. Okay, as long as you can justify clearly what you want to do, what is the issue that you want to address, why you want to address them, okay, and what has been done before and what not has been done before. You can summarize that in one simple, in few paragraphs. Okay, provided that you have already mentioned in your introduction or in the background of your thesis in chapter 1, section 1.1, 1.2 in the background, you've already provided enough detail, okay, about the topic of your study, and you already mentioned some studies, several papers or literatures or journals or research that has been done in your area in that particular topic, and you are already highlighting what are the issues actually. So that's why when you write problem statement, you don't need to mention them again, because you just basically already, because you are, I mean, you are supposed to actually mention those issues in the background in the previous section. So when you write problem statement, it shouldn't be too long. Okay, so I've already downloaded all the files that you have given, and before we begin, okay, I want to reiterate, okay, on this point of the focus of our assignment or your research project, whether it's the group or the individual assignment. Okay, the group requires you to write the whole 5 chapters, okay, chapter 1 until chapter 5, okay, with the especially on chapter 4 with the analysis and the conclusion in chapter 5. Okay, but for your individual, we only require you to write chapter 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so usually you can, I mean, the plan is you can use the same topic or the same title of your group assignment. Okay, but of course the writing should be different lah, meaning that you cannot simply copy and paste directly what from your group, but you need to write, you know, in a different style, different, I mean, the content can be the same, the main points can be the same, but the writing should be unique to your own. So I already mentioned this in our first week of lecture, okay? So, but in the first week and also the beginning of the second week, I also mentioned that the focus of our research method this semester, I mean, for the assignments that you need to do, okay, will be based on primary data. Primary data means the data is collected from questionnaire. So the topic that you suggest, that you propose, should be suitable in terms of the data types, okay, the scope of the research should be relevant with the data that you collect from questionnaire, okay, because some of the topics, for example, okay, group number 1, topic number 1, digital economy impacts on employment. So this is clearly not a primary data analysis. So this is usually based on secondary data. Secondary data means you require to do some regression, you know, the basic regression that you learn. Or in other words, the data is collected from secondary source. You download from, you know, any website, the data on employment, unemployment, what are the indicators, and then how you want to test the impact, whatever it is, using methods that is suitable for secondary data. Okay, so there are many examples of thesis in the Google Drive where you can see the clear difference between secondary data analysis and also primary data analysis. Okay, primary means using questionnaire. Okay, so put that in your mind lah, in your head. Okay, secondary data means data that you download from websites, from any sources, from central bank website. Data that usually involve macroeconomic analysis. Okay, inflation, export, import, GDP, exchange rate, interest rate, all those type of data that is relevant for economics issue. Okay, and why we want to focus more on primary, because for undergraduate students, whenever you want to do topics on secondary data, usually the topics will be more or less the same. Students tend to do topics which are very similar every semester, or topics on unemployment, on GDP, on export, on import, on tourism. So those are topics that are very common, and because I think it's understandable, because at your level, the kind of the amount of reading, your experience is quite limited. So that's why you tend to do topics that are very common in your study, right, in your syllabus. Okay, so that's why we feel that it's better to use primary data, because there are many other topics that you can do, and also in terms of the skill in that you can get. Okay, by when you use questionnaire, okay, you will learn a new method how to construct questionnaire, how to analyze data taken from questionnaire, what are the analysis suitable for questionnaire based research. Okay, so for topic number one, for example, from group number one, is clearly not a primary data analysis. The one that I highlighted in red, okay, can be suitable, meaning can be applied using questionnaire. Meaning, if you imagine questionnaire means you are going to ask individual person. Okay, you're going to make if you do a face-to-face interview, so you're going to meet them and ask for them to answer the question related to the topic. So if that topic cannot be answered using questionnaire, clearly that is not a primary data analysis. Okay, so for example, group number two. Okay, so topic number one, clearly this is not primary data. You are looking at macroeconomic topics. Okay, so this clearly, I'm sure maybe you get, you refer to some of the thesis from the Google Drive. Okay, from the past thesis from masters and PhD. Okay, and you find something to do with this. So this is not a primary data analysis lah. Okay, and I think number two also, it depends. So because I think at your level, discussing topic on financial literacy and financial, this is more for accounting students or banking or finance students. Okay, whereby you analyze the bank balance sheet. Okay, things like that. Okay, but for economic student, I think topic like this is not really suitable lah. Even though you can actually do a primary data analysis, but I think this is more suitable for non-economic student, banking, finance, accounting student. Okay, so number three, I'm not sure the difference between student and academic performance. So I'm not sure what is this about, but as I mentioned also before, okay, on the previous lectures, okay, the topic should be related to economics issue, because we are economics student, okay, agri-business students. So the topic should have some relation, okay, to any economic issues lah. It can be, because economic is quite broad, but topic like this is clearly not, related to economic. So this is more on maybe on the social aspect. Okay, if you belong from the social science, I mean from schools like the cognitive, or I don't know, but clearly this is not economic topic lah. Okay, so for group number two, okay, I can suggest a few after this, okay, but after we discuss the problem statements that you suggested, even though it is not, you will not be using that, okay, but I just want to see how actually you, maybe some, I think when I read your problem statement, I think many of them are, perhaps that you copy and paste from the thesis that you plan to use. Okay, looking at the structure of the sentence. Okay, but it's okay lah. I mean, as long as you because you can go to any thesis and you can go directly to the problem statement section, and you can copy and paste those words that you find. Okay, So for group number 2, you need to come up with a different one lah, okay, different suggestions. Okay, for group number 3, okay, impact of pandemic on tourism. So clearly this is not a primary data analysis unless you plan to ask, for example, boat operators, in Langkawi, how the lockdown are affecting the income of the boat operators, those who bring the tourists on boat to visit all the islands in Langkawi, for example. Then that topic can be applied, okay, for primary data, meaning the questions that the questionnaire that you will create, okay, will be based on the information taken from the boat operators. Okay, so if you can find some thesis relevant or some journals related to that, okay, you can proceed something to do on that tourism. Okay, but from this simple title alone, clearly this is a macroeconomic analysis lah using secondary data. So that's why, okay, you cannot proceed with this lah. Okay, so the same thing with number 2 and number 3, I think there's nothing to do with economic. Okay, student satisfaction on internet facility. So this is on the satisfaction, kepuasan, to measure the, of course in economics you learn on utility, but that one, the utility concept that you learn in microeconomics, in your principle of economics, that one is based on consumption. Okay, how much you want to consume based on your level of utility. Okay, but this one is more on the, the utility or the satisfaction of using product. So it's not really related to economic topic lah. Okay, so number 2, I'm not sure how you want, but if you're talking about the pandemic affecting income, you need to be more specific. For example, like the B40 growth or certain employment type, whereby you plan to ask those employees or those group of people. Okay, for example, those who are, for example, food traders, hawkers, okay, pasar malam traders, those who open shops at night, burger operators. I mean, those who sell by the roadside, food trucks owners, for example, then you can do something like that for the project. Okay, so you can analyze the impact of pandemic but you need to be more specific, because for primary data analysis, the topic can be very specific, meaning that you need to mention already what are the group of people. Okay, for example, the impact of the lockdown on stall operators, food stalls, or restaurant operators in, let's say, in certain part of, let's say, I'm assuming that you are in Kedah, so maybe you want to analyze the impact of the lockdown for restaurant operators in Changlun, for example. So you need to specify, specifically what are the group of people that you want to investigate. Okay, where is the place that should take place? Okay, so it's not something too general like this. So this one is more suited for secondary data. So whenever you want to propose a primary data topic, it should be straightforward, meaning very specific, the area, the group of people. Okay, so that is what actually will help you to identify who you want to ask the question, where are the areas, the kawasan, okay, the area where you want to do the supposedly data collection. Okay, so even though, as I mentioned again and again, you don't need to do the actual data collection, but the topic should actually reflect, okay, where the data should be collected. So that is missing here in group number 3. Okay, the same thing I think for group number 4, except for the topic number 2. Okay, question number 1, the level of importance and trust. So this is nothing to do with economic topic. Okay, so even though you may for other bachelor of degree, let's say degree in social study, in those kind of degree, maybe this topic will be more relevant to them. But for economic student, topic about caregiver, the level of trust, there's nothing to do with economic analysis. Okay, because all the theories, the assumptions, the scope, that has nothing to do with economic analysis that we that you study, okay, from first semester until semester 5. So topic number 1 is clearly not relevant. Okay, topic number 3, okay, again, this is clearly a secondary data topic. You are looking at the unemployment or economic growth. So this more suited for regression-based analysis, whereby your data, are taken from website or sources from Department of Statistics and whatnot. So number 3 is clearly a secondary data. So these are I think that the issues that I have, not only with Group B but also Group A lah. In fact, Group A I have more groups. I have like around 9 groups for Group A. Okay, only 4 groups for our class. Okay, in this morning. Okay, so you need to modify or find a different options or titles. Okay, be more specific. Okay, what area, what are the group of people that you want to investigate. Okay, not being too general like this. So I think I already shared you some of the topics that your seniors, okay, in I think 3 years ago when they did this project. Okay, for example, this group, they did on the impact of contribution of Grab services on UEM student income. So meaning this topic is basically focusing on the Grab operators among students. So this is one possible topic. Okay, and of course lah, the issue with topic like this, you need to create your own questions. Okay, your own questions. Why the student actually involved in Grab? Is it to add more money to cover cost of living? Blah blah blah. Okay, so it's a bit difficult to do when you don't have the sample questionnaire. Okay, so that's why I would strongly suggest that you do topics that are already available in terms of the questionnaire. Okay, but this is something that you can think of. Okay, on Grab. Okay, on I think I already shared this before, so I mean you can refer to the previous video where I already opened this these past assignments. Okay, so this kind of topic that of course this is in Malay lah, but you need to do in English. But the questionnaire can be in Malay. They want no problem. Okay, but the writing, okay, must be in English lah, because then you need to present your work, okay, during the lectures. Okay, so for example, like this one, the impact of UM on the traders in Changlun. So the topic is very specific. Okay, they want to ask about how UM actually are impacting the traders in the Changlun. So the area is already mentioned, the group of people is already mentioned. So we know already that the scope will be very limited to that area only lah. Okay, so which is what we want. Okay, at least in your undergraduate level, the scope of study will be very small. Okay, if you go masters and PhD, then the scope will be much bigger lah, of course, because the higher the level of your study, the scope of the study must be much bigger. You cannot only focus on Changlun. Maybe if you look at PhD thesis, maybe the scope will be for different states, the whole Kedah, for example, or Kedah, Perlis and Penang, for example. So the scope will be much bigger depending on the level of your PhD analysis lah. Okay, but for undergraduate, the scope will be just a small scope. You can do only in one small area, like in Changlun, or in any area if you want lah. Okay, just a group of people, for example, a group of courses in UUM, students that, for example, only SAAB students or only College of Business students. So those group of people will be much smaller compared to like the whole state of Kedah or the whole Malaysia, for example, which is not relevant to your degree. I mean, because it's too big of the scope of analysis. Okay, so I think enough of me talking. Okay, so what I want to do now is for you guys to share, I will call, at random your group members, okay, share your screen, okay, on the, so we go one by one, group 1, group 2, group 2, group 3. So we have 4 groups, okay, as per in the our list. So group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Okay, so even though you will not be doing these type topics, okay, but I just want you to actually share what do you understand by the problem statement that what is the issue that you want to address when you submit this problem statement, okay, in the online learning. Okay, and again, please switch on your video, okay, so that I can see you. Ila. So this is, I'm not sure why you have group 5. We don't have group 5 here. Okay. So group 1. And then group 1. Group 1. Okay. So group 1, factor affecting career choice. Correct? But why is it not in your okay, this one number 2 kan. Okay. So group 1. So mana dia? Why you all so quiet? Takut lah. Okay, group 1 members. Bukalah open your videos. Group 1, who are group 1 members? Group 1, Nazatul Ain, Tam, Emilia, and Sihun. Should have 4, right? 1, 2, 3. The other one? Emilia. Apa lagi tak ada? Mana Emilia? Tak ada Emilia sini. Emilia. Sorry, I couldn't open my video because I'm not in Kedah right now. Okay, so I'm away. So my laptop camera, usually I will bring I'm using my portable or external USB camera. Okay, but I did not bring my camera with me, so I couldn't switch on my camera. Okay, so you suggest so who wants to share your screen? I mean, I let you guys decide who wants to share the problem statement discussion. It shouldn't take long. I think just 2 or 3 minutes because we have 4 groups to discuss. Okay, so we are already at 9:30 already. So we're supposed to finish around 9:50 plus, something like that. Okay, so maybe I'll just pick one. Okay, let's hear from our mobility student first. Sihun?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let me put it to. Okay, so your group decided on this factor affecting career choice, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, so just summarize what is the issue that you want. Yeah, just go through what is the main. So how do you actually go about in writing your problem statement here? So what are the main problems or issue that you want to highlight in this project? Who are your targeted respondents? You know, who are the group of people that you plan actually to study?
We all did it together. So select the factors affecting career choice. Can you hear me?
Yes. Carry on. So okay. Can you just share your screen? Just show your Microsoft Word on your computer.
How can I share the screen?
Okay. Okay, so this is how it will goes lah. So you will share your screen. I mean, the next group member, the next group, okay, just share your screen and just highlight the parts where you actually want to highlight what is the issue that you want to actually investigate, okay? And then even though you may not be actually doing that topic for your assignment, but just I want to know whether you understand the concept of problem statement or not. Okay, it's not really about you know, I mean, it's not about using your actual problem statement for your study, because it's still a work in progress. Okay, it's not like what you submit is already the final version. Okay, so I just want to know, when you write your problem statement, whether you copy and paste or you write on your own, you know, take from other sources, whether you understand the three parts which I mentioned in the video before. You know, paragraph 1 should contain what, paragraph 2 should contain what, paragraph 3 should contain what. Okay, so that's what I actually expect when you submit your problem statement. So it should contain the 3 paragraphs which I mentioned in the video recording last Monday. I'm not sure whether you watched the video, everyone has watched the video or not. Okay, because by looking at this problem statement, you put number 1 and number 2, so which is not actually the format of a standard problem statement. Okay, you shouldn't have numbering in your problem statement. Okay, it should be just a simple chapter 1, chapter 2, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and paragraph 3. So, you know, go back to the video which I uploaded before, okay, for last Monday lecture. Okay, I went through some of the examples, the notes, okay, from the slide, I mean, from the material, and see how you actually, just a simple 3 paragraphs, okay, but it's what should contain in the first paragraph, second and third, okay, especially the second paragraph. I mean, in fact, the first and second is the most important one lah. Okay, anyone from the group? Tam, Familia, siapa lagi? Tam, Emilia, Nazatu Ain.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just explain what are the main issues that you want to highlight in the problem statement. 1 minute.
The main issue is we want to identify the factors that affecting the career choices among the UM students.
Sorry, Tam.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
At the first paragraph, we stating that
Yeah. Yeah. Carry on.
the career choice is one of life's most essential decisions in profession shape an individual's identity and decide the way of quality of life.
Okay, so what are the gap, or what are the issues that you want to when you propose this title? Okay, so what is the main what do you expect to find when you do the study? Or what is the answer that you are looking for?
We are looking for the factors that might affect the career choice among the UM student.
Emilia? Ni, your mic, unmute. Yeah.
But kita aja yang gitu loh nak buat nak cari Pak apa tu?
Macam apa? I mean, you can just explain, just this is no right or wrong, but what I want to hear from every group is what are the main issues that because problem statement is supposed to highlighting the main issue, okay, the main issue of the topic. Why you consider that as an interesting issue? What you expect to find when you do the analysis? Okay, so that is what a research is about. You are trying to you are trying to find the answer to the problem that you write down in the problem. That's why it's called problem statement. What is the issue? Okay, why you actually want to investigate them? Okay, and then what do you, especially in the third paragraph, if you watch back the video which I recorded, okay, third paragraph is supposed to be the who will benefit from this study. Okay, the answer that you get from this analysis, from this research, who will be the main, who will get the benefits? Is it the student? I mean, is it that group of people? Is it the government? Or is it just, you contribute to the theory, for example, which I don't think that is the focus lah, because as an undergraduate, I think your study will just be a simple one. So not about, creating a new theory or something like that. Okay. So, okay, so your topic is in terms of the topic itself is very. I mean, if you find I think topic number 3 will be much easier to do. Okay, number 2 is also easy to do lah in terms of factor affecting career choices. Okay, but it's a bit too general. Okay, if you want to proceed with this topic, you need to specify, who are the group of people. Factor affecting career choices among SCAB students, for example. Okay, need to be more specific, not just a general title like this, because it can be anyone. Okay, so for your revise punya, your revision punya, I mean, so you need to edit the topic, okay, in the Google Sheet. Okay, so if you want to proceed with this one, but you need to be more specific lah. Okay, factor affecting career choices among undergraduates or graduates of SCAB or COB students. Okay, so you need to be the group of people will be specific and not big enough. If you put UUM students, then it will be very broad lah. Okay, so I think just be like, focusing among UUM SCAB students. Okay, or College of Business student, not like the whole of Malaysia or the whole of Kedah, okay, or the whole of UUM, because that will make your study become too big, okay, the scope become too big lah. Okay, so go back, I mean, discuss among your group members, okay, and then there are plenty of articles and research done on this, okay, factor about career choices. So this got to do with the labor market, what type of jobs that the student graduates are looking for when they finish study, blah 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 lah. Okay, so if you want to do this, but you need to actually find more materials lah, and then example of questionnaires, what are the common questions being asked, so at least you will get more idea, okay, what you want to do. Okay, group number 1. Okay, so group number 2. Okay, you guys can switch off your camera. Okay, group number 2. Faiza, Jivesri, and Fabian. Faiza, Javian, Fabian, and Jivesri. Okay, Faiza, Fabian. Mana Jivesri? Tak ada. Mana dia? Tak ada. Ada ni Fabian. Fabian, mana kamu? Where are you? Tak ada video lah, Fabian. Okay. Jivesri tak ada. Okay. Okay, so you guys want to do on anyone can share your screen? Siapa nak share screen? Fabian ke, Jivesri ke, Faiza? Fabian guna handphone, memang tak boleh share lah. Boleh Fabian share screen?
Boleh.
Okay, so you guys plan to do on, saya pun tak faham dari segi the topic itself, the one that you submitted, the difference between student and academic performance. Okay, it's not really clear to me what actually is the is the title. I mean the scope of the study? I mean, what do you actually plan to do? Okay, so I think your group also pun macam still not really sure what actually is the problem. Okay, never mind, just explain to me, Fabian or Jivesri ataupun apa dia, lupa lah. Ataupun Faizah lah. Okay, why do you suggest this title, or what is the title about? I mean, what is the problem statement about? Faizah, Jivesri, Fabian? Semua lah, cepat lah.
Nak cakap pasal faktor-faktor yang affect academic performance sebab ada banyak factors yang affect academic performance dalam kalangan student kan, so ingatkan itulah.
So meaning what? The issue is about the academic performance of student.
Yeah.
So the issue is the difference between student and academic performance tu macam mana? Saya tak faham. You want to see factors that affect performance among different courses ke, different student punya background ke, macam mana? I mean, if you read the title pun saya tak tahu apa benda. What is, because you are asking about the different in term of performance. But again, I mean, the topic itself has not very little to do with economics punya scope lah. Okay, that is the first thing, because if you're talking about what affect the student performance, this one is more on the behavioral punya. I mean, bila ada banyak school in UM kan, so you know, maybe this is more suited for the, you know, the social science study, the social punya study lah. They analyze on the behavior, the characteristics of students, you know, the background, all those things, but very little to do with economics punya topic. Okay, ours, I mean, our school, our degree, you know, should be more, you know, ada something to do with labor market, with consumption, with income, with cost of living, you know, with anything to do that at least will have some connection with the economic punya agenda lah. Okay, it can be micro or it can be macro, but usually for undergraduate, for primary data analysis using questionnaire, the topic should be at micro level, meaning you are asking, you know, certain group of people related to some economic issue lah. Okay. But topic, I think whatever that you have proposed in your list, okay, 1, 2, and 3, you need to come up with the different cadangan lah. Okay. So yeah, but clearly, lah, group 2 kena, you need to do more lah, read more lah from the collection of thesis. Okay, see and think of something that is more small scope. Okay, topic 1 and topic 2, yes, it got to do with economy lah, but number 2 more on the financial. But again, you know, not suitable for primary data lah, questionnaire based. Okay, so I think that's it for group 2. Group 3, tak apa, okay. Okay, so come up with a different topic, more specific as I mentioned in group 1 punya isu jugalah. Okay, kumpulan 3, group 3. Group 3, Atira, Hazwani, Sakina, and Rizky. Mana lagi 2 orang? ITR PKW. Apa tu? ITR PKW. ITR.
Saya lupa nak
ITR. Tu dekat mana tu?
dekat Surasa.
Oh, pakai mask. Sorang-sorang je. Tak ada siapa pun kat belakang tu pun. Tak ada askar pun kat belakang. Okay, Irfan, Irfan, you are the mobility student kan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I believe this is our first lecture. Is it that you joined?
Yeah, this is my first time.
Okay. So I think there are 3 other students that were initially part of our group, but I think they changed the group, I think, to a different lecture because of the time. I think they want a different time slot for the groups. I mean, for the lecture. Ni siapa yang share screen ni? Sakinah ke? Okay, so yours, the one that you submitted, okay, is related to economic, but unfortunately, this is more on the macro side lah, meaning you are looking at the macroeconomic analysis, not using primary data, okay, which is not suitable lah, okay, unless, as I mentioned before lah, for group number 1, okay, if you are looking at, you can still do something on the tourism, because tourism is a very big topic, okay. So you can do, for example, if you, let's say you want to focus on, kalau in Kedah, for example, or in, let's say in Penang, for example, even, I mean, you need to think outside the box, because you don't need actually to interview the actual people. So you can imagine, let's say you are in Pulau Pinang, let's say in Penang, okay, in Penang, I mean, if you can, or in any parts of Malaysia, if you, let's say, if you, Azwani, your hometown in dekat mana? Where is your hometown?
Selangor, sir.
Selangor, the popular tourist punya site dekat apa yang the popular tourist sites or tourism sector, I mean tourist area beside the shopping mall lah.
Tak sure.
Okay. Let's say like in Kedah, of course Langkawi lah. I mean the most popular one. Okay. In Penang, maybe the Penang Island. I know some of the hotel operators or the hawkers, the peniaga, those who are selling, some items or some stuff for tourists to buy, like the Cenderahati magnets, all those things, or the jeruk sellers, along the certain parts of Penang. So these are those people who are affected because of the pandemic. They cannot buy, I mean, they cannot sell their item because of the lockdown. So you can come up with something like, the impact of, COVID-19 on the jeruk sellers, for example. I mean, I'm just throwing just simply come up with a random topic. Okay, so, but you need to imagine it, even as though that you are interviewing them. So what are your questions that you want to ask? How much is their normal sales before the pandemic, before the lockdown? How do actually the operators survive during the COVID lockdown? How much bantuan or assistance they get from the government? Do they do other jobs beside, to cover for their loans or whatever lah, So these are the topic that you can relate on the tourism, but not topic like this. Okay, because you cannot ask questionnaire based on a topic like this. Okay, so I think these are the issues for not just one group, one or two group. I think for both of my classes lah, group A and group B. Okay, in the 11:30 class also, many of the students also are doing something more suitable for secondary data. Okay, so you can tourism is a very huge topic. Okay, especially if you want to do on the impact of pandemic, even many other groups as well. Okay, you can do. Even every group can do on tourism. I mean, for that matter, I don't really care. Okay, but of course, the scope of the people must be different lah. Okay, so let's say group number 3. Okay, Hazwani, Rizky. Okay, if you want to do topic on tourism, you need to be more specific. What are which part of the Malaysia that you are looking at? Okay, or even you can do maybe Rizky from Indonesia. You can suggest your area, for example, which are badly affected because of the pandemic. Let's say if you live somewhere or you know someone in Bali, for example, okay, part of Indonesia, or maybe I mean any part of the world, if you know that area lah. Okay, so maybe Rizky from Indonesia, you can suggest area so that the questions must be must be designed as though you are asking those people who are directly affected by the who gain income from tourism but cannot actually operate because of the pandemic. Okay, so like in Kedah, for example, is Langkawi lah. People cannot go there. Those who sell chocolate, for example, or the pinggan mangkok, or those boat operators, as I mentioned just now for group number 1. Okay, those people are really directly affected because no tourists can come to Langkawi. Okay, or the hotel operators, many hotel operators are forced to close down. Okay, but maybe if you want, let's say, to ask a few hotel operators. So those questions must be designed for hotel operators lah. Okay, but if you find it a bit too difficult for hotel operators, you can go a bit smaller, meaning the restaurant operators, hawkers, cenderahati sellers, those who sell the t-shirt at the beaches, dekat pantai-pantai. There are many things that you can think of. So you can create, but of course, to make your life easier, the questions that you want to ask, if you got some sample questionnaire from the internet that are very close to the topic that you want to do, by all means, just use them. Maybe you want to modify a bit here, a bit there, okay, to reflect. Maybe those questions are not related to COVID-19. So you want to add few questions that reflect the COVID-19 punya issue. But at least some of the main questions you should be using from the past study lah. Because if you want to create everything from zero, then there will be a lot of problems, a lot of errors, okay, and a lot of work because you need to think what are the questions that you want to ask. So don't try to be too rajin lah, too hardworking. Try to come up with your own topic lah. Okay, so yeah, so for group number 3, you need to come up with a different topic lah. Okay, you can stick with tourism, but be more specific as I mentioned just now. Okay, for example, like some in Kedah, there are places where they grow honey. Okay, honey madu kelulut ke apa ke, but which rely on the people to visit the farm. Okay, but because of COVID-19, maybe the sellers are affected because of the lockdown. People cannot visit the farm. They lose income from the tourists who come to the farm and whatnot. Okay, or the operators of homestays, for example. Homestay rely on people who travel. So when they are not operating, so of course, a lot of the homestays, the chalet, for example, are not operational, so they lose income. So there are many things that you can think of related to tourism. Okay, so I think that is the issue lah. I mean the problems that I think you need to think. Okay, but I need you guys to come up with your final topic lah, latest by next week, because we are already in week number. This is week number 3, right, or week number 4? Week number
4, sir.
Okay, week number 4 ke? 3 ke 4? Yalah, time fly very 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 fast now. So you need to start finalizing on the topic, okay, and start actually. I mean, you should have found at least few questionnaires that you can actually use for your guidelines, okay. So you need to work faster lah. Okay, so group number 3, ITR PKW, semua tak tahu lah ITR PKW itu apa. Yang saya tahu Indah Water Consortium, IKW.
Intermediate.
Okay, Rizky, so you are in which part of Indonesia, Rizky?
At Jakarta, which is in Java Island.
Sorry, can you speak a bit louder?
If you heard about Universitas Gadjah Mada,
Okay. So Gadjah Mada is in
Yogyakarta. Yeah, so
Okay. So you will be in UUM for 1 semester, is it, or for 1 year?
Just 1 semester.
Yeah, 1 semester. Okay. I mean, so you are supposed to be in UUM, right? Not studying from your place, right?
Mm-hmm. It should be in
So
UUM.
do you have any plan to come to UUM?
If the pandemic is over, maybe.
Okay, but I think now the border has been open, right? Of course, you need to do some COVID tests before you can come here, but I'm not sure if that is the requirement for you to be physically present in the. But I think the intention of mobility is for you to come over here, right?
Yeah.
And experience the surroundings, the whatever lah. But I know that is the COVID-19 has changed a lot of things lah. Okay, but anyway, okay, please proceed. Please continue. Come up with the more suitable topic lah. Okay, maybe you can do something on Indonesia area. Okay, any island or any part of the city that you live that are heavily relying on tourism. Okay, where you can think of a certain group of people, a certain area which are affected, then you can come up with a topic that supposedly you want to interview those people. Okay, because I already mentioned that you don't need to do actual survey. Okay, the questions can be answered among your friends, but the question itself should be a genuine question, meaning a question that if you were to ask the actual people, that those questions should be valid. Okay, but I don't require you to do actual survey. That is the only thing that is that we don't do in this class. But the question should be an actual questions. Okay, so you can ask questions even as whatever that topic lah. Even though maybe the question is designed for people in Thailand, for example. So for that, but the thing is okay because you don't need to go to Thailand to do the interview, right? So maybe the Hazwani friends from the Palapis can pretend to be the operators of the business, for example, or Sakina's friend from, your family members or your friends from other universities can be among your respondents. Okay, so they can pretend to be the hawkers, the night traders. Okay, so I don't really care who answers the questions. Okay, that is not the focus of our study. Our subject this semester. Okay, it's already 10 o'clock. Okay, so I'm sure maybe some of you got other class to attend too. Okay, so okay, you guys can switch off your camera. So maybe 1 more minute. Okay, for group number 4. Okay, for group number 4, Azrin, Tan, and Anis. Okay, just 1 more minute. Okay. Okay. So for the rest, okay, you guys can leave the WebEx. Okay. Again, okay, for group number 4, okay, let me just share my screen lah. Okay. Okay, for group number 4, right? Okay, out of the 3 topics, okay, I think 1 and 3 are not related lah. Number 3 is on macroeconomics. Number 1 is nothing to do with economics issue as I mentioned just now. Okay, for number 2, okay, the impact of rising cost of living. Okay, so again, this topic is okay, but you need to be more specific lah. Okay, who do you want to identify as your low income group people? Okay, you need to be more specific. For example, the impact of rising cost of living among the B40 or the low income groups in Jitra, for example. Okay, you can think of any place. Okay, so if that area is a common area associated with low income group, so just mention that in your title. Okay, so don't need to be just too, because if you put that as your title, then it's a bit too broad. Okay, so for example in Kedah, one of the common areas yang paling banyak orang the low income groups are in Baling Kedah. Okay, whereby there are many rubber tappers. Okay, low income earners banyak dekat Baling. One of the part in Kedah commonly associated with low income groups, for example. But of course you guys can think of any other places in your area. Okay, or maybe no need. If you want to suggest group of business operators, for example. Okay, as I mentioned from the previous assignment from your seniors, I mentioned something on the UPSB stuff. Right? You can watch back my video on the previous assignments. Okay, they want to ask question about the low income groups among the UPSB staff. Okay, so those, I mean, you can yeah, this one. Okay, so the topic, the increase in cost of living among the UPSB staff of UEM. Let me share my screen. I mean, you can watch back that video where I share this titles, some of the possible topics by your seniors. Yeah, so this is about the cost of living, but the scope is very specific, just among the support staff of UEM. Okay, so you can do something like that. Okay, so or you can suggest any other group of category of workers. I mean, you can be creative on your title. Okay, because you don't need to actually ask the actual people. Okay, so but the questions, okay, you can find again. Go and find questions which are ready-made already in the internet. Okay, don't need to create your own question from zero because it will take a lot of time. Okay, so suggest a different one. If you want to stick to the cost of living, be more specific. Okay, and then put that in the live Google Sheet. Okay, and but before you finalize the title, please do some survey on the existing questionnaires. Okay, sebab saya nak tengok what are the questions that you plan to ask in our future lecture. Dengar, faham kan? Okay, maybe in 2 weeks' time, okay, in 2 weeks' time, I want to see your sample questionnaires. What are the questionnaires? What are the questions that you plan to use for your research? Okay, so that will be the next step because I do not want you to come up with a title, but you do not know what to ask in your questions. Okay, because what you plan to ask will be will answer all the objectives. You know, at least you get some idea what you want to answer in your research. So so when you come up with your title, please have some ideas or get some questionnaires from the internet, okay, or from the thesis that you can find, and then see what question that you can use as your guideline to construct the questions to answer the topic that you propose lah. Okay, so that will be your next task lah, meaning of course not next week, but when you propose the title, have this in your mind as well. Okay, do not simply come up with a title but you do not know for sure whether you got the materials or not for the questionnaires. So that's why I said go and find topic that has already provided the questionnaires for you. Okay, if you can find thesis yang memang dah ada contoh soalan, example of questionnaires, then go ahead, use them. Okay, do not simply tengok dekat langit, okay, and then find inspiration and come up with a topic, but you don't have any idea what to ask. Then you will have more problems lah to actually discuss among your group mates how to construct your questions. So do not be too hardworking. Be smart lah, meaning find thesis yang memang dah ada contoh soalan. Okay, so I'll end there. So we'll meet on next Monday. We don't have any WebEx because I will do a recorded session. Okay, so maybe I will discuss more on the possible what you should actually write in your problem statement. And next Thursday we don't have class because of Deepavali. So on next week Monday, maybe I will give you some certain. Maybe I expect to at least see some possible questionnaires. I will notify in your WhatsApp group later. Okay, so thank you and I'll see you inshallah in soon. Okay, yeah.